Whereas before I might not have been able to sleep because my mind was saying, oh, do you remember this negative thing? Oh, this kind of sucked, right? I go to sleep and I'm smiling before I go to, I might not be able to sleep, but I'm
Mhm.
smiling and like I might even laugh because my mind is so positive. I've designed my mind to create this positive imagery and recall and create positive things for myself right now and in the future that I know are going to happen.
Awesome.
So if you think about joining Maxi or joining Tribe Accelerator, and I know from me, from seeing everything, from doing everything, the value of all these things that I joined from Ireland are more than 100 times worth whatever else I might use that money on. That investment is going to
Awesome.
continue to pay off and pay off for me long term.
What's up, Will?
All right, mate. 1 second.
No
There we go.
worries. How's it going? Nice accent.
Hey, thanks, mate. Freaking rolling, dude. Uh, oh shit. Took a like Krav Maga and kickboxing class yesterday.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm on spring break right now, and my
How'd that
friend,
go?
it was sick as hell.
Mhm.
Tell you though, I'm a little more sore. I mean, I worked out too, but a little more
Yeah.
sore than was expected.
Yeah. Those things get you. Trust me.
But it
Yeah.
was sweat, good workout too for sure. But
Cool.
I mean, I feel like I actually know how to put something behind kicks now, which is,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah. A good little tip. So this is your front foot, right? Are you a right-footed kicker? I assume.
We were doing switch kicks yesterday, so we were kicking
Okay.
with the left. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
So
we're
just for not the switch kick, like a traditional kick. So if you're kicking with your right foot, turn your left foot like this, like a J,
outside.
like
Yeah,
plant it. Yeah. You
yeah.
get
So
so much more power because you twist your hips.
they were teaching, yeah, like literally like
Gotcha.
telling like the difference was wild
Mhm.
between like doing landing it right and then it's like, oh shit, you get that good sound. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
that there was something there.
got
Yeah.
you. So you're gonna be kind of flow state, right? Like just gonna do a little introduction or whatever. Hey, this is Will, but, and then I'm gonna just ask you kind of like take us back to like before you joined the programs. What are like some wins you're having, right? Some mindset shifts. Whoever takes us, okay?
What's up, everybody? So I'm Will Coomer. I'm originally from Ohio. I'm a senior in my final semester of college in North Carolina. Um, and for me, I'm an international business major, but I think like many college students, um, the major and just the college process, it's been great. It's been a good time. But I know for me, it hasn't been the most deciding process. So just, I guess to start off my introduction to Arlen, um, I started social media marketing when COVID hit, doing that. And that was my first glimpse at like, oh, this college thing, like I'm learning more outside of school than in school, actually learning marketing, everything. So I got introduced to Iman Gaji that way. And then actually the way I got introduced to Arlen was through Iman. Um, and if we flash forward to like 2021 in the fall, I followed Arlen because of Iman, and Arlen started posting about Maxi. Um, and me personally, I got into personal development, especially meditation, in high school for sports. And then when I decided not to play sports in college, I really took a deep dive into personal development and just bettering myself to be the best person I could. So I've always sought out um, whatever resource I could find to better myself. And in that way, I've seen, multiple examples of goal setting and accountability programs. And when I saw Arlen's Maxi, and I was really interested, one, because I have never seen someone else have an actual internet program. And looking into it a little bit, I saw at that time it was less than my Netflix subscription. So it seemed like a no brainer, even if it was bad or good, to do it. And so I got that. And from seeing all these other courses and methods that I've tried out personally, the Maxi method for me is unquestionably the best. I was immediately impressed with the thoroughness and detail that went into the programming, and actually how well it hit a lot of the things that I've been focused on. So for me, something that's huge is the power of the mind, and just the affirmation where Maxi reads everything to you is
Mm,
insane. As well as the question format where it's asking you these questions to yourself, and then you're writing out the answers, and it formulates the answers into the best, um, essentially best formula for you to actually accomplish these goals. And then in conjunction with that, the daily map and the weekly map, daily action, excuse me,
mm,
um, are just incredible as far as accountability for yourself. Because if you're making sure to fill that out daily, then it's like you're not just checking off a list that you make every day. It's sending you an email and keeping you accountable to yourself. It truly
for
is
sure.
your own personal assistant.
Awesome.
So I was hugely impressed with that.
Awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Sounds good. Yeah. Take us back a bit, Will. Kind of just, you've been in the program for what, a month now? Something like that?
We're
Yeah.
in March, like a
About
month
a
and a half.
month,
Yeah.
a month and a half, right? So take us back a bit before you kind of joined the program. What was your kind of mindset like then? What was your social life? Just fill in the blanks a bit for us.
Yeah. So for me personally, um, I've always been a pretty social guy. Was feeling good. And with that focus that I've had on personal development, um, I knew vaguely, I knew I, of course, wanted to be successful always, as most of us do. And I was feeling good about my life, but um, I've had some negative things happen to me. And just from that experience, I was kind of down and out, not feeling my best. But
Mm,
also just feeling pretty unclear, a little foggy on my future. I knew I would be successful, but didn't exactly know how things would get, um, until so joined the, like I said, Maxi, um, in like November, December, and then Tribe Accelerator came in, and I personally, um, not even, I guess at first, the tribe aspect of everything wasn't really what I got in for. It was using social media, to find and create and design that life, because I knew what I wanted to be and where I wanted to
mhm.
be, but I didn't really know how to get there using social media when I've seen other guys do it, like Arlen and yourself. Uh, so right before the program, that's where I was at for sure.
Got you. Awesome. So what about kind of now? What are some wins you've been having? What is your kind of socially? It could be mindset shifts. What are some things, some takeaways you've had thus far?
So for me, one of the huge sparks that I had was I have a great relationship with my parents, but and of course they want the best for me. And I'm hugely blessed and thankful for that. But my dad and I oftentimes go back and forth because he wants me to do this, like many other parents have. Um, like kids, he wants me to go this way because he wants me to be successful and do this, and it's the route that he knows. But oftentimes that won't be what I'm interested in or what I find fulfilling. So
Mm,
through one of the key quotes in the beginning of the program is the undecided mind is the devil's workshop. And
mhm,
just basing huge amounts of my essentially like psyche and just living on that, trying to create as much of a decided mind as possible, led me to making the decision where, as I talked about previously, like I had this huge brain fog, on like what my future, what are my next moves, etc. So I had been telling everybody back home and my parents that I was going to do this, master's program that my school offered. Because
mhm,
of COVID, they offered it free. And but with that, kind of not even realizing it, I know for a fact I love learning. I kind of hate school. Um,
yep.
be told, like just that education process in a lot of ways. And so it was like I knew some of the experiences were fun and it was going to be okay, but like I knew it wasn't exactly getting me close to my goals, other than just getting another piece of paper that says, "Oh, congrats,
Mm,
Will, you did this." And so having a decided mind and focusing and through meditation and things I learned in the, program to gain more clarity, my dad calls me like, "Hey, Will, what are you doing? What are you doing next year for housing? Do you get it locked down?" And I really hadn't even totally came to it, but I just told him on the phone, I was like, I'm not going to do the master's program. I'm doing I
love
what
it.
I'm tired of everything. So that for me personally was kind of the, um, you know, flicking the rock off the mountainside to start creating the momentum, getting the first roll, and just made me feel was a huge win personally. And then to continue on with focusing on these transitions in the mind from the old paradigm to the new paradigm, as
Mhm.
Arlen calls it, have been incredible. And then just in addition, the finding, like I said, I hadn't originally intended or even got the join the program for the tribe building aspect, but to have these people immediately with a lot of the same interests. And I'm in North Carolina and there's 3 other guys, and so we
Yeah.
were able to link up, and that was just incredible. Just we the second literally only the second time we've been together in person, we were having a gathering with people, and all these people we had just met were like, yo, how do you guys know each other? And we told them, we're like, oh yeah, this is only the second time we met in person. We're
Mhm.
really like internet friends. And like they were blown away, and like we were blown away too, just thinking about it, because like we feel a huge intense connection, and obviously that was mirrored by everybody else. They're like, oh, we thought you were roommates or best friends or from the same area, something
Yeah.
like that. So that's just been incredible to have, even though like we might have diverse interests, we still have a huge connecting points, and interests for ourselves and what we want to be and what we want to do, and we
Mhm.
want to help ourselves get there, help each other get there, I should say. So that has
That's
been,
awesome. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that like you, Ari, and Ryan, right? And
yeah.
is there anyone else in there as well?
We'll actually have a couple more guys get added on. They joined a
Got
bit
you.
later, but yeah, we plan to
Gotcha. So
get some more.
why do you feel like everyone is just so kind of receptive and like-minded, and just like you guys built that initial connection so quick? Why do you think that is?
So I think once again, going back to the quote, the undecided mind is the devil's workshop. With finding, with all of us on this mission to find that clarity, one that connects us at a just a higher energy level and a higher value level, because we're becoming more decided. We know what we like, we know what we're looking for, and we know what it takes to get there in a lot of ways. So just having that alignment, we understand, oh, you don't have to mess around with all the small talk, fake shit kind of
Mhm.
stuff you're worrying about, right? So
We
you
can
just,
swear. Go ahead.
yeah, okay, good. I'll bring it out. Don't worry. Yeah, so if you don't have to worry about all that shit, it's like, guess what? I like this, this, and this. He likes this, this, and this. Okay, we like two of the same things. Let's roll. We're cool. We have, everyone is working to become higher value and more interesting people every day. So it's like, okay, there's no way I don't want to know somebody else who's interesting in my life and does really cool shit and wants to do really cool shit.
Mhm.
So there's almost no way to lose in that aspect. And so we're just because we are so decided and have so much clarity, we know one about ourselves, two what we want to be, and three how to get there and who we want to have come with us. And so when you have that, any essentially link is a way to speed up the process. It's like, um, what does Arlen call it? Or we went through, it's like if you can lower the gravity, to essentially like accelerate your growth and accelerate in anything, that can apply to everything.
Mhm.
Um, so it's just when you are locked in and focused on those things and have a direction and have clarity in your life, other people respect that and they want to help you as well, just naturally as people who are going for a lot of the same things. And then when you know your past and your origin stories, in other ways, there's just so much room for people to have relatability. We're so much more similar than
Yeah.
people think. Everybody thinks we're so different, but no, we are unique, but we're so similar in so many ways.
Awesome. So yeah, you got kind of the social circle that you wanted in your hometown, just from the building in the group, which is great to see. Cool. So that's the social side. I'm just curious, is there any like mindset shifts or like certain aspects of the program that you've really liked and have kind of had an impact or hit with you so far?
Yeah, so for sure. I talked about the old paradigm and new paradigm earlier, but without going too much into that, like I said, I've been huge into personal development and getting better myself personally for 3 or 4 years now,
Mhm.
maybe almost 5 years. And I've done a lot for sure, but something I think most people would say this too. if you really break it down, like in almost all ways, what holds you back is truly only yourself. Like all
Mm,
the victim bullshit, that's bullshit. You can do whatever you want with yourself. It might take, might be harder for others, but like you can do it and you don't have to let that down. So in the program we call it like Mr. Struggle. And in a lot of ways, yeah, Mr. Struggle, he's an asshole. In a lot of ways that like Mr. Struggle is yourself. So by creating the awareness of these limiting beliefs or just anything that might be putting me on a wrong direction. Like literally, I found my mind through like doing the meditations and doing work and taking massive action. I find myself, if I have a thought that says, "Oh, Will, you can't do this," I will literally
mm,
mentally tell myself to shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Like, not even lying, it feels so good too because you have like even if you're a guy who meditates regularly, when you're meditating with intention and you have an intention in your life, you have full control over yourself. There's
Hmm.
not all this other action going on up here. There might be some positive stuff, but you can tell like just that power to say, hey, guess what, I'm not thinking that way, shut the hell up, we're done. That is huge positive. And as well as just on the mental side with being decided as well, you see when you look at your life and you have this mindset that like actually is so powerful for you,
Mm,
and coming from places of depression and anxiety and whatnot, growing up, my brain, I'm a huge thinker, ADHD, et cetera, my brain always goes, just a change before you go to bed for me has been incredible, where it's like
mm,
now I might not be able to sleep, whereas before I might not have been able to sleep because my mind was saying, oh, do you remember this negative thing, oh, this kind of sucked, right? I go to sleep and I'm smiling before I go to, I might not be able to sleep, but I'm
mhm,
smiling and like I might even laugh because my mind is so positive. I've designed my mind to create this positive imagery and recall and create positive things for myself right now and in the future that I know are going to happen.
mhm,
So through that, it's just like I'll catch myself sometimes, like if I'm not falling asleep right away, I'll be in such a positive, it's just like a highlight reel in my mind, which has never taken place before. So having that designed through the program and through the action that we take has been like, huge positive side effect. That's really crazy to think about.
yeah, dude, that's awesome. It's just for anybody about what the Mr. Struggle means. It's basically that person who is just consumed with limiting beliefs, either in so many different ways. I can't make friends because of this. I go to a small college, or I can't make money because my parents were bad with money growing up. All that stuff, and it just limits you to not like break past your certain barriers. So that's the opposite of what we want to be and what we're kind of rooting for. Awesome, Will.
I can
Well, yeah. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, with that too, that's just another one other mental thing that I've really noticed is we talk about not closing loops. So like what you just said, the limiting beliefs, where it's like, oh, I can't do this because most often example is money. I've seen that happen where it's like I tell my mind, shut the hell up. Don't say I can't do this because that eliminates the space for creativity in my life.
Yeah.
And so I've even said, oh, I want to do this. And my mind is telling me, oh, you can't do it because of this, isn't this. I say, shut the hell up. And guess what? I get to that time and those things. And it's like, holy shit, I created this to solve my money issues, this to solve the people issues. And because I didn't let those things stop me, I didn't close that loop, everything I wanted to happen and happen more than I would expect. So that's
Mm,
just when you tell Mr. Struggle to shut the hell up,
it
that's
got
what's
you.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific like highlight or key moment where you kind of felt like that and you overcame it and told yourself that resulted to that outcome?
Yeah. And this has been definitely an ongoing process for me. Growing up, I was always like the big kid, the fat kid. Like I might have been
Mm,
athletic by all means, but I've never had abs or anything like that. I played varsity basketball in high school, and the kids still made fun of me saying, "Oh, Will, what is that fat? Well, put your shirt back on," all kinds of shit like
Yeah.
that. And so I like part of the living belief for me is like it for the longest time, it was even hard to picture myself like at a like, certain just level of athletic fitness and like what I look like, physically, aesthetically. Um,
Mm.
and through that, like, even though I might not have believed it myself, um, I said, "Hey, we're gonna get here," and like, just I don't know, to give an example, like, it was to the point where like I could not visualize or picture myself with abs or something like that, right?
Mm.
And I don't quite have those yet, but if we look at, for example, like last fall, um, I couldn't visualize or couldn't believe where I am now, like what my body looks like.
All of it.
So seeing that like blows your mind because it's like I had like, for example, I look at myself in the mirror and then now I look and it's like, holy fuck, dude.
Mm.
I couldn't even picture this myself. And then I'm here now and I fulfilled it. It's
Yeah.
insane. And that's because I didn't say, "Oh, Will, you're stuck like this because of genetics," or et cetera, et cetera. Didn't close any loops there. You just leave it open. I can have whatever I want to be, I can be.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an incredible one.
It's funny. We do really limit ourselves. We don't realize our full capacity of like what our brain can provide for us. So when you see that like version of yourself where maybe you thought like you would never be there until now, like you said, like you can make it happen. I've done it, you've done it, and it's just amazing to see. Awesome. Well, yeah. Is there anything you want to cap off with? Anything you'd maybe tell someone who's like thinking about starting their personal development journey?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely go on that base of starting with the undecided mind is the devil's workshop. And that might seem
Mm.
like a loose quote to somebody, but once you take that first step towards building momentum and finding clarity in your life, um, the return on that investment is tenfold plus more, hundredfold.
Awesome.
So if you think about joining Maxi or joining Tribe Accelerator, um, just think, do I value life success or this money that I'm going to spend that might go to things like alcohol or Netflix or just, a pair of shoes?
Mm.
What is truly going to give me that value long term in my life? And I know for me, from seeing everything, from doing everything, the value of all these things that I've joined from Arland are more than 100 times worth whatever else I might use that money on. That investment is going to
Awesome.
continue to pay off and pay off for me long term.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks so much, Will, for coming on today. And yeah, great having you. Great conversation. I think a lot of people will gain a lot of value from what you said today. Awesome. Well, yeah, we'll talk soon, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.
So, see you, Daniel.
All right. I won't have to end it, but yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was awesome, Will. That was fucking great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. You're a really good speaker.
Thanks, man.
Seriously. You're very good at like art, kind of having your thoughts and then making it flow and articulating them. Like, like, are you thinking about like starting a YouTube channel or anything like that? Like, I think you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
I started TikTok and like I kind of realized like when I get a chance to get going and get
Yeah.
flowing, I call it, like, reach that flow. That's when my
Flow
value
state.
really comes out. So like
Exactly.
that will be like podcasting, YouTube is definitely going to be my hub.
Mhm.
Because then I can just take, clips from that and put them on for the TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe we'll do one in whatever a few months or something like that as well, just to see
Dude,
your progression from then.
I've thought about that too, because it's like, holy fuck, man, we're rolling right now.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Awesome.
like literally, like I probably wouldn't be able to believe now what we're going to be doing in a
Awesome.
couple months.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, yeah, we'll talk soon. Yeah. Like I said, just always any questions, anything, always shoot me a DM. Okay.